obviously in a business like ours, building custom homes in an area that's built up, right? One of the key things is getting land. I mean, in Naperville, whether it's Naperville, Glen Ellen, Elmhurst, all those areas, land is probably the most difficult thing, but that's one
Always
thing
is.
that has always been a focus for us is getting the land so that when we have a client that comes wanting to build with us, we can offer them, you know, a catalog of land that we have, but we also have great relationships. One of the things we always say to people is we say, your lot, our lot, or we'll find you a lot.
Absolutely,
When that
yeah.
basically means like, hey, we've got lots in our inventory. We spend many hours, and we have many relationships that are bringing us these opportunities
Right.
for key lots and in highly desired areas.
Well, two, it's doing the due diligence, right? We get people all the time that say, hey, I'm looking for a lot in, Naperville, Downers, wherever, irrelevant on the town. But, we go out because we've been doing this so long, we know all the key things to look for. So the lots that when we find a lot, we're making sure that we're
Yeah,
not
we're
bringing a
helping.
lot to them that it makes no sense.
Yeah,
whatsoever,
we help out,
right?
with all the due diligence that's required when purchasing land, right? You see an attractive price on Zillow that looks like it might be
Too good to be true. It's
if
probably too good to be true.
It's too good to be true. But we help with due diligence because there's so many things you have to think
Right.
of when acquiring land, whether it's where are the sewer and water connections, how's the soil, is there floodplain, all those different things.
Oh, yeah.
What am I going to have to do for storm sewers? Is there availability for me to tie into storm sewers at proper heights and stuff like that? So when we're acquiring, land that we're going to hold in our inventory, we're obviously looking at all those things. But, to the your lot piece, we obviously work with clients all the time that have either already acquired a lot for themselves or they're looking to acquire a lot. And
We've got one underway. We're just getting ready to get rolling on a customer's lot in Wayne. And, they came, they said they have their lot. I went, I checked it out. I did all of my, my field checks on it. And it's turns out to be a great home site, and we're going to design the home for them. And
did that client already have the home site or they were
they had
purchasing it?
Yeah, they had it when they
Yeah.
came to us. They bought it a few years ago, and they've been just kind of waiting to build. And they've been looking actually for the right builder for some time. And,
Yeah.
and they wound up walking in the front door of our model and fell in love with what we do.
I think we've got kind of like hit it all, right? We've got plenty of lots in our inventory where we have great offerings at any given time for people to come in here and kind of one-stop shop, say, hey, I'm looking to be in Naperville. I've kind of looked through your site or I've looked through your house and I really like this project you built over here on, Jefferson Street or whatnot. And I would like to pull some of those designs, where can I build? Well, here's, a bunch of great lots we already have acquired. Or, if a client comes in and says, hey, I've got a lot already. Well, great. Let's look at your lot and let's do some due diligence, get you some numbers to what we think, your site development portion of your
And that's
lot
kind of
are
where we
gonna
drag we drag a lot of the team into it. Kind of great segue into our team, right? And you mentioned the word design. They're looking through house or something like that, and they see the designs. Well, like that's just not just me, not just you, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like we've got
a team of
a killer
20,
team behind
24
us.
people here in the office, from designers to purchasing to, sales to office admin. I mean, you name it, marketing. There's someone at our company.
Our on-site
is
project
doing
management, in-office project management. It's truly it's an incredible process to have, and make sure that you keep everybody on the rails through the whole process, right? We always say stay in your lane, right?
Yeah,
and whether it's us or
of
the buyer,
process,
right?
yeah.
It's like stay in the lane that we've created.
Yeah.
Because that lane works, right? And everybody all of a sudden just comes merging in, right? And you end with this end product that is just it's spectacular, right?
Yeah.
There's like blips in the road through the process, whether it's people spending a little bit more than they wanted to spend, or they change their vision, a third of the way through the project on a design style, moving from modern to transitional or some other direction. And, we're very adaptive to be able to hit all that. Our interior designers that are on staff are awesome. I mean, gosh, they put together
some of that. You walk in a project at the end after they finish up, whether if they're doing design services.
Yeah, it's jaw dropping.
Walk in there and it's like,
right?
Wow, I didn't even think of some of these things that could be accomplished. But
it is part. It's part of the team, right? And that's the key.
No,
is surround yourself with some great people, and good things come of it.
Yeah. Now jumping back to kind of focusing on Naperville, a little from a land perspective, right, and home sites. Wanted to talk a little bit too about current opportunities where people could find, what home sites we have available.
Right.
All of our home sites that we have an inventory are typically on our website. But we have 5 home sites today that we'd kind of like to highlight, as a starting point for people that might be looking in the area. And the first one being 3316 Club Court in White Eagle in Naperville.
White Eagle's a great area. White Eagle's it's an older development further south of Naperville, just west of Route 59. White Eagle Golf Course. If I love golf, and if you haven't played White Eagle, it's an awesome course. This specific home site backs right to the course, and White Eagle's got a great golf club membership, social clubs. Just an incredible community overall. It's
so well manicured too.
Oh, it's beautiful when you pull in, right?
But they high-end feel and the opportunity we have on that vacant lot there on Club Court. Club Court is literally, I think, the premier location in
high end
in White
cul-de-sac in White Eagle.
Backs the course, great views. We've already got a home that we specifically designed for that lot. That's going to fit it perfectly with a side load garage. And I think that's got like a 4 or 5 car garage, a lot of space in that garage.
Absolutely.
And we could obviously custom design, anything for a buyer on that lot if they don't like that exact plan. We're full custom. So a lot of times we'll market a plan on a lot and, hey, here's what can be built here. But it's not what necessarily winds up being built there, right? Everyone has their kind of idea of what perfection is for them and where they want to go with things. But yeah, that's an awesome lot.
It's a great site.
If you're looking South Naperville and looking for a high end feel,
and White Eagle's super family oriented as well.
Yeah, and it's fully built out, right? So if you're looking to get in a subdivision where you're not moving into new construction, it's the last lot in there, and we have that opportunity. So it's a great one. Next one is 820 East Prairie, and that's going to be in East Highlands, Naperville. Yeah,
East Highlands is an awesome area, and call it the overall downtown market. When I think downtown Naperville, you draw radius of maybe a mile and a half around the heart where the river is, at Water Street, and you go East Highlands, super close, walking distance. They've got the trail just on the east side of the river there, super vibrant, a lot of young families. Kind of gives you, there's a lot of areas in there kind of more of a rolling feel, right? Where there's some good topography.
And this lot in particular is pretty deep. I forget the exact depth
it's
of the
195.
lot, but it's deep for a downtown Naperville lot. And it's kind of on a private street. It's really close to Prairie Elementary.
We just built a beautiful modern home just, off the back corner of that site. I think your price points in East Highlands are going to be, one of the highest of the downtown Naperville area. But it's because of all the surrounding homes within the community. Okay. And I know we just did a spec in East Highlands just last summer, right? And it sold for mid $2 million, 2.5, 2.6 ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
great area.
Yeah, and we got another one that we'll be doing either for fall. Well, it's probably going to wind up being like a winter or spring home show that we'll do. We'll have one going in there at 7:30 Sunset.
Right.
That's going to kind of be a showcase home where we're going to bring a lot of cool ideas and allow
people
to kind of tour through it. So we're excited for that.
Well.
But no, East Highlands, downtown Naperville, we've got a bunch of other lot opportunities in downtown Naperville. A lot of tear down type opportunities.
I think we own like close to 30 home sites in the downtown market overall currently.
Yeah. So this was just one we wanted to highlight. It's a great site.
Big site. You don't see them that big. It's a great, it's like, I think it's 63 and a half or 62 and a half wide by 195. So
it's very deep.
Great home site size.
Next area in downtown Naperville that we build a lot in is West Highlands, right? That's going to be a little bit further from the core downtown, but it's close to that whole area that's been developed with. Honestly,
you're still in that
when I'm working here at
radius.
The model, I head that way for lunch 90% of the time, right? I go to Nautical Bowls or Blackberry Market right there.
Trader Joe's.
West Highlands Trader Joe's.
If you feel like running, you can stop Orange Theory.
Feel like getting a workout, you got everything over there, right? And even got a bank going in now.
Yeah.
So West Highlands is a great area to be in Naperville. A little lower price point.
Yeah, a little bit. It's you probably go to West Highlands. Maybe you're you bump down 200,000.
Yeah.
I'd say West Highlands, you can, today you starting in there in the rough 1.3-ish range.
Yeah.
Maybe 1.4. And home sites are a little bit wider there. I know we've got on that, 1033 Emerald one.
Yeah.
It's a wider home site. I think it's roughly around 80 feet wide. Great home site for, a ranch client. We just finished a beautiful ranch in there for another client. At 80 foot wide, you can get a great ranch.
Oh, absolutely.
For that, empty nester that looking to be close to downtown.
And that's close to the elementary school in that subdivision as well. So
yeah, no,
nice.
Great. West Highlands is another great area,
Yeah.
and that's essentially they consider West Highlands as everything, that area just south of Edwards Hospital.
Yeah.
Which is, again, like I mentioned, within that 1.5
There's so
mile
many
radius.
amenities over there too. I mean, you're still walking distance to downtown. If you
Sure.
want a little bit longer walk, you're still access to the DuPage River Trail, which is an excellent amenity from either East Highlands or West Highlands. So it's a great lot over in that area, and we got other lot opportunities in there as well. But
I think we own like
Emerald
eight of them in there right now in West Highlands.
Yeah. No, that's a great area, and wanted to kind of highlight that lot in specific because today we focusing kind of on some of the vacant lot opportunities. Most of these ones we mentioned today, they're vacant lots where they don't currently have a home on them, and some of them we've already demolished the home in preparation for kind of a build. Next up, we have a lot over in Green Acres, which is going to be
the only lot available in Green Acres.
Yeah.
It's
I think that's 7 South 381.
Plainfield Naperville Road, yeah.
So it's the only lot in Green Acres. Large lot. It's close to an acre.
Yeah, I think it's just shy of an
over
acre.
3/4 of an acre.
Super high end homes surrounding the area.
It's one of the higher end areas in Naperville. I'd say there's
with big home sites.
Yeah,
if you want to go big home sites, it's an unincorporated section of call it the downtown Naperville market. Super walkable to downtown. You could build any size home on there. If anybody that's driven that, Green Acres area knows there's some stunning homes.
Yeah, we're marketing a plan on there. I don't recall the exact square footage of it, but you can see we have a sign out front that has the home kind of set on the lot. And I mean, the home looks tiny on the lot. And it's a relatively large home. It just shows how big that lot is and how much room there is to really work with. I mean, you get a guy that wants a car collection, you probably fit. Probably. What do you fit?
I would do like a 15 car garage there.
We all know how many cars you would.
And I'd be perfectly happy.
Lots off the market, Dan. We got to take
lots off the market. Yeah.
No, that's an awesome lot over there, and Green Acres lots don't come along often at all, right? And
I was actually shocked that we got that.
Yeah, we were, and we wound up we demolished the home on it already because we said, hey, the home on it was really not worth.
Right. We just finished the demo on it, cleaning up the site.
Yeah, we just graded it out and cleaned up the site. That way clients
pruned all the trees, took down the ones that didn't make sense. The lot, drive by now looks. I just drove by this morning. It looks awesome.
Yeah, no, it looks good. It's a nice lot over there. And then last lot we have on our kind of vacant lots that we're going to talk about today is that one over there on Hobson. Large lot over there on Hobson. What's the size of that?
It's a little bit. I think it's 2.5 acres. Yeah. Awesome lot, and got the opportunity through a great realtor partner of mine that we'll bring in on another segment really quickly after this one to give even greater highlights of that. But Hobson Road home sites. Everybody that knows Hobson Road knows that you don't see home sites come on Hobson Road very often. Yeah. But I'd say just a teaser. It's it's killer home site, roughly 2.5 acres on Hobson, surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes, and we'll talk more about it with Mike when we bring him in.
Close to 355, close to all the close to downtown Naperville, close to all the amenities over there, and Lyle with Ike and Oak Brewing and all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And close to that, there's a trail system that runs right to Green Valley Forest Preserve.